quick. Because I always have a difficult time remembering to record. And for those of you that just jumped on, I was explaining that I'm going to start out just sharing some facts with you guys specifically about the business, and then some facts about my personal business. And then I will end with just the last little bit sharing some tasks, quote unquote, that I do on a daily basis to work my business. So, first of all, this company started in 2001. So we're 16 years into this business starting. I don't know if you guys know, but originally Mark and Cindy were a part of another company. And Mark was a math coach, okay? And I'm not a math coach. He was a math teacher and a basketball coach. And he joined a network marketing company to earn an extra $500 a month for his family. And again, some of you are going to know these stories, but some of it you may not. But Mark and Cindy Cindy stayed home, and they went without a lot of things. They were not in abundance financially. They were not in abundance with materialistic things. It was pretty much just them in a very small house with a whole lot of family. And, her purpose, she always felt that, she was to be a stay-at-home mom. And so they always honored that regardless of what their financial situations were. So I just think that's really interesting. I think it's also really interesting that they joined this business for an extra $500 a month, because most families actually start a second job for $300 to $500 extra a month. Also, most families are about $500 a month from losing their home or losing their car, losing something due to financial situations, okay? So I just think that's very interesting that is what their goal was to start with this company. Okay, well, Mark was in this company. He became very successful in the company, and he had a burning desire within to share this with other families, to help other families be able to do the same. So that is where It Works actually kind of came about. The seed was planted with him about It Works and also about the wrap, and he followed up with that. So I don't know if you guys know this, but our wrap is actually our signature product. It is the product that we originated with, and it is the product that still is one of our best sellers. It's actually the #1 seller in this business because there is nothing else on the market that's like it. So, you guys may have came in this maybe not even knowing about the wraps. I know for me specifically, I didn't even know what a wrap was. I just saw these results and was like, oh, I totally need to try that. And I totally thought that maybe you put it on and go work out, or I wrap my body up and I'm going to sweat to death, or, what I really didn't know what it was. So maybe you joined thinking the same thing. Maybe you joined not knowing what the wrap was. But the wrap is actually our signature product, and it's still what sets us apart from other companies. There's not one other company in this world that has a product that is like this product. There are some that, mimic it, but it's not this product. So, to me, it always spoke volumes to me as I was getting started, because I knew that I had my hands on something that nobody else had their hands on. There's hundreds of skincare lines. There's hundreds of, there's thousands and thousands of skincare lines, thousands and thousands of vitamins. But there's only one wrap. And, even if we just had the wrap, we would always be continuing to grow, because there's always someone who has never heard of this product. I guarantee you guys, if you go ask 10 people right now, more than half of them they're not going to have heard of it. Unless you were to go right here to our team and ask everyone here on the team, but for those of us who've been in this for a while, we always come across people. Seriously, y'all, if I was to go talk to someone face to face every single day, I would talk to multiple people every day who've never heard of this, even in the small town that I live in, which is really awesome to me. Okay. So, sorry, I got sidetracked. I got really off topic with that, but wasn't planning to talk that much about the wrap. But the wrap is really what made me join that and some extra money. And so it just always gets me so excited to talk about that specifically. Our company is actually a debt-free company. It has been for years. In 2013, we hit $450 million in sales. So from 2001 to 2013, it didn't happen in 2001. Okay. That took 12 years of growth. And that is a significant amount of growth in a multi-level marketing company. Okay. But the reason I'm telling you guys these facts is because we're going to really get to this at the end, but that this is not an overnight success. And I want you guys to go in really thinking about that tonight as I share these facts with you. But in 2013, that's when we hit that. So we were almost to $500 million. Okay. And then I went and did some research about network marketing in general. So network marketing actually started back in the 1940s, which is crazy. It didn't just happen. Again, it started back in the 1940s. We're in 2017, and people still think that multi-level marketing is nuts. Okay? You are seeing now, though, more people being drawn to it because people are now learning exactly what it is. People are getting more information. They're seeing more success. They're having a greater understanding. So you are seeing more growth in that area because people are becoming more familiar with it. Oh, sorry, there's some stuff in the chat section. Okay, it was just Susan saying she was a hot mess. It's okay, girl, I am too. Okay, Jen or somebody, if y'all can keep me like on track with that, like if there are things that are in the chat section, because my ADD, I can't. Okay, like I see that flash and I just go to it. Okay, I have to close that. Okay, so it's been around for a very long time. Again, it was not an overnight success in drawing people in to network marketing. And we're not even close to drawing people in. Still to this day, guys, I am surrounded by people who do not think that this is legit. They do not understand it. They still think these products don't work. I have people that I've known seriously almost my whole entire life. A guy I went to high school with, we actually went from elementary all the way to high school. He was one of my guy friends. I saw him a couple months ago. He was here from New York, and I ran into him at a local Chinese restaurant, and he said to me, "Are you really making money doing that?" I mean, it's still like that, even when he knows the genuineness within me, but it's just, everybody's skeptic. Even I was. You probably were too. But I always encourage that because it shows an interest. Okay. So I just, again, want to reiterate, from the 1940s to now, look at network marketing as finally starting to grow. Okay. Walking into this business, I don't know if you guys thought about this, but, you walked into this business accepting a position as an entrepreneur. And I didn't really understand that until probably close to a year into this business. But each and every one of you are entrepreneurs. You took a leap of faith in the unknown. You took a risk. It could be a financial risk because that's what entrepreneurs do. You're taking a risk into the unknown. And, be prideful of that. Really understand what is an entrepreneur. Go and do some research of your own of what an entrepreneur is, and then develop your own understanding of what it is to you. When you share with people, what do you do? I tell people I'm an entrepreneur and I own a business with a multi-level marketing company. And I tell them it works, and then I go from there. But, really embrace that and embrace the meaning behind it. What does it mean to you? Being an entrepreneur means all kinds of things to me, but most importantly, it means finally just being myself. I've actually been an entrepreneur since I was in elementary school. I actually coordinated a summer daycare when I was in the 4th grade. And I did it at my parents' house, and I legit made money. And I have done that literally that is like the moment where I can go back and think about, when did I become an entrepreneur? That's when I became one. I've always had that spirit within me to work for myself. Even my old boss, I would tell her all the time, I'm not meant to work for you. I'm meant to work for no one other than myself. And And I've known that forever. So, you know, what it is to me is not necessarily what it's going to be to you, but, you know, develop what that is to you and be able to go out and share that with other people and be inspired by it, you know? But really dig into that. You know, what is an entrepreneur? Did you know that you guys have the opportunity to write your own check? I never really grasped that understanding until months into this business. And I still have a hard time reminding myself that I am in control of that. You know, I think so many times we have this misconception that it's about what other people do. It's like this world that we live in. What can the world do for me? The world can do nothing for you if you haven't figured that out yet. And you can do a lot for the world. You, again, are in charge of that. And that's just the same relationship to this business. You are in charge of your paycheck. You write it. So if you don't like it, it's probably because you didn't do as much. And I'm just being very real with y'all. I can go back and say that about myself. When my checks are at their lowest, it's because I really haven't done much. You know, but when they're at their highest, it's because I'm busting my butt and eat, sleeping, and breathing this. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that here in just a minute in regards to my personal story with this business. But you really, truly do have the ability to write your check. So the harder you work, the more you get paid, which I think is so phenomenal, because in the corporate world, it doesn't matter how hard you work, you're never going to get paid more. And, you know, some of you may be sitting thinking that doesn't really matter to me. And that's totally fine, because it didn't matter to me for a very long time. I worked a very selfless job, like where I just gave of myself freely. And there was really nothing in return other than the fact that I knew in my heart that I was making a difference. And to me, that was worth more money than, you know, all the money in the world. You know what I mean? But it also can become quite frustrating if you give 110% to something and it always stays like this. You know, if you give 110% to something, it should be like this. You know, so I just love that so much about this business. Also, did you guys know that you get paid 5 different ways in this business? 5 different ways. Anybody know what the 5 different ways are? Anybody else want to talk other than me? Okay, not everybody at once.
I was going to say, Can you hear me? I don't even know. I don't know how to turn this damn thing around. So y'all just going to have to listen to me. I had to switch to my tablet because I'm pumping. So this is good. No sneak peek. Anyway, we get paid by commissions, which is the best way that we get paid. We get paid by Wrap Cash. We get paid by leadership bonuses. We get paid by, oh my God, mom brain, leadership, fast start bonuses, Wrap Cash, commissions, and I always say retail sales, but I think there's another one.
And it could be. It can also be like well, your leadership bonuses are the gen bonuses, which those of you who are not diamond and above, just don't listen to that right now. But later on, when you become a diamond and above, because everyone sitting on here is worthy and capable of that. And when you do achieve that rank, you're going to be like, wow, that is awesome. But I also say too, like bonuses, you know, because bonuses are usually available. So it can go between those, but retail obviously is one. So it definitely is a 5th. But I usually say also about bonuses if that is available at the time. So yes, those are the 5 different ways that we get paid, which to me, again, is amazing, because in a job, there's usually one way that you get paid. You show up, you do your job, and that's how you get paid. So to be able to have 5 different opportunities to get paid, I think is pretty amazing. And again, you are in control of that. You know, when I get fast start bonuses, I'm not depending on that person to do anything. 9 times out of 10, I do it because I'm not depending on anybody. Again, I'm not worried about what the world is going to give me. I'm worried about what I can give the world. And if it means that I help somebody to earn $100 in free product and that makes them happy and it does something for them, I'm totally good with that. You know, I'm not sitting back thinking, when is that person going to do that? I don't do that. I just don't. I never have. I've never even done that for a promotion. I always just go after it. I've never sat back and waited on what is someone else going to do. So those 5 different ways are 5 different opportunities for you to bring income into your family's life, as well into the future, and to help build a solid income for you in this business. Also, did you guys know that you can work with anyone that you want to? You really get to handpick who you work with. So when I'm going out and I'm, trying to share this opportunity with people, I used to share it like, I just didn't even care. Like, I was just like, oh my God, this is what I need, blah, 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 blah. But now I really have reversed that and thought about like, basically like a job interview. If I was looking, Rachel and I have been talking about this, I've shared it with her. Now I'm going to ask her some questions. I'm going to say, what do you see for yourself within this business? What are some goals that you have for yourself within this business? Why are you joining? I like to ask those questions because, again, I get to choose who I work with. So if she's like, girl, I don't even want to do this, and I think this is like totally ridiculous, and I don't even want to spend this money, and then I'm not going to invest my time there. Again, I get to choose who I work with. I want to work with people who inspire me to be a better me. Those are the kinds of people that I want to be surrounded by. I want to be surrounded by people who want to make a difference, and that is the people that I surround myself with in this business. And I'm so thankful that I get that choice. And I'm so thankful that our team is made up with a wealth of people who have a heart like that. And, that's such a blessing to me, to just be given that opportunity. Like, I think about it all the time, and it's just very overwhelmingly exciting to me. I just love that. So you guys have the choice of who you want to work with. You also have, did you know that you have the opportunity to give yourself a raise every single month? Every single month you can give yourself a raise. Even if it's $20, even if it's $2,000, even if it's $8,000, you have the opportunity to do that. And we're going to go more into that here in just a minute. But isn't that awesome? Like, you can give yourself a raise every single month. It's just the choice, guys. It really is. And I used to get very tired of hearing that, especially when I was at a place in my business where I was kind of like it was like slow motion like that. And like, I would get tired of people telling me that, but it's so true. And that's going to lead into the next, did you know, that your mindset determines your success. So if your mindset is that this is not exciting, that it is bothersome, that it's something that you have to show up to, if it's anything negative like that, or if it's, I'm not going to be able to do this, this is only for certain people, this has hit its peak, whatever your mindset is, if it is negative like that, it's going to be those things. But if it is, I am excited to have the opportunity to share this business with other people. I am excited to have something on my hands that can change people's life, whether it be financially, physically, mentally, emotionally, or all of the above. If it is, I am excited to be able to have my hands in making a change in someone's life. If it is, I am excited to be able to connect with people all over this world and be able to share, my passions and my desires with others. If it is, I am excited to be able to take someone and take them from zero to all the way to the top. I'm excited to help them do that. If it is, I am excited to go out and just share this with anyone and everyone, then that's what this is going to be. Yes, sometimes your mindset can be on the up and then it can go on the down, but you can only have it down for a second and you've got to get it right back up. And how you do that is by, again, surrounding yourself by like-minded people. And this team is made up of like-minded people. So continue to feed your mindset. with positive energy, with positive thoughts. Listen to things that bring positivity into your life. You know, whether it be a video, whether it be a book, whether it be a song, whether it be a sermon, whether it be a YouTube video, you know, whatever feeds your soul, feeds your mindset. And I encourage you to do more of that, because the more you believe, the more you're going to achieve. And it's true, guys. Like, I mean, I know that sounds like a dang, let's make a quote about this, but like, it's true. I've lived it in this business. I've been at the highest and I've been at the lowest, and I've been at the in-between. And when I've been at the lowest and in the in-between, it's all been right here. Just like when I've been at the highest, again, it was right here. So, you know, I want to encourage you guys to continue to feed that spirit of the mindset within yourself. Did somebody unmute themselves?
I did. I was just, can I say something 2 seconds, just piggybacking on that? I promise I won't talk for long. I don't even know where the hell y'all went. Here we go. I just went and did a party, and it was a 45-minute drive. And I have personally really been needing some mindset past couple months. Y'all have got to go, if you have an iPhone, which I just got a new one anyway, go to Cammie's podcast, right? So Cammie Pentecost Dempsey is doing a podcast, and there's one that she did on visualization, and you have to go listen to that. Like, your business, you just need to go listen to it. It's piggybacking off exactly what you were just saying.
Well, Jen, why don't you, because you can copy those.
Okay, I thought I shared it in the group, but I guess I didn't. Let me try again.
Yeah, I haven't seen that, but if you'll just, why don't you do it on this thread?
Okay.
From the for tonight. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, so moving on from that is just, again, how your thoughts are going to control your outcomes. So if you have $1 million mindset and $1 million attitude, I'm not trying to be funny, y'all, but $1 million is going to come. I told my husband a very long time ago, before I ever did It Works, that I was born to be a millionaire. I just wasn't there yet. And I'm still not there yet, but I'm a lot closer today than I was yesterday. And, you know, for me, the purpose behind that is not to be a millionaire. I really want to share, you know, specifically with you guys, that money definitely intrigued me in this business, because we were at a financial point where I was exhausted financially. So it definitely intrigued me, but it's not what has kept me. I am kept here because of my spiritual growth, and the fact that what I know from that $1 million attitude and that $1 million lifestyle is you have a million different ways to reach people. And I love people. And so I truly believe that is what brought me here, is that burning desire within myself to reach people everywhere. And I don't know what for, but I know that there's some kind of purpose behind it. And so tap into whatever that may be for you. Everyone's not going to have that burning desire within them that I have within myself. Some of y'all are going to hear what I just said, and you're going to think, oh my God, that girl is crazy. That's like way deep. But you're not going to relate to everything that I have burning within inside of me. But every single one of you have something burning within inside of you. And you need to figure out what that is. And it needs to be your driving force. So let's say it is that you want lots of money, then let that drive you. Or if it's you want to change someone's life, then let that drive you. I mean, whatever it is. I mean, maybe you are like me and you were in the 4th grade having a burning desire to want to be an entrepreneur, and you didn't even know that that's what that was. You know, whatever it may be. Think about what that is and connect with it and run and grow with it. Be excited. You know, on Cammie's thing the other night, not Cammie, on Mary Beth's thing the other night, she was talking about excitement. And I told her, you know, I can always hear her genuine excitement within this. And so can other people. So if you're not genuinely excited, it's not going on up here, then it's not going on here and it's not going to come out here. So what you think, what your mindset is going to be what controls your outcome. And, I get that the world can beat you down, but you need to be the one that wakes up in the morning to beat the world down. And, all the time in my Sunday school class, my Sunday school teacher will say, the devil ain't scared of you. She always says like that. If y'all knew her, it just makes you laugh. But she'll say, the devil ain't scared of you. And she say, but you better wake up and make the devil scared of you. She says that all the time, and that's waking up with purpose. That's waking up with, I'm going to do something today, and you have to continue to have that even when you don't feel like having it. Because here's the reality. I'm not all bubbly, let's go run a marathon all the time either, but really I kind of am because I don't allow myself to go there. I used to, and it'll really bring you down. And when I would do it, it would all be in here. You would never know it on the outside, but all within here, it would be happening. And I don't allow myself to do that anymore. It's just not who I am. And it didn't happen overnight. I've done a lot of growing, just like with this business. This company did not go from 2001, starting out to being $450 million in sales in 2001. All of this is not going to happen overnight. But did you know that it can start right now? This really could be your opportunity to make those changes. Really, did you? Because I didn't. I really did not think that's what this was about. But it is for me now. Okay, moving on this is my favorite thing of all times. But did you know that we all start out as a distributor? Did you know that Pam Souter, I don't know if you guys know this, but she's paid as a distributor. Did you know that she started out like this? Just like every single person on this right here. Did you know that? Because I think that's pretty amazing. That we all start out level. We're all right here. And did you know that we all have the opportunity to go all the way to the top? When I started this business, I really didn't believe that. I thought that this was going to be just like everything that I've ever seen in my whole entire life. And the winners are always winning and the losers are always losing. Because I was kind of in the in-between. I had some losing moments too. But I really didn't think that it was going to be that everyone could really get there. But when I realized that everyone could, it pushed me even further because I knew that I could genuinely go out and help someone start today, and tomorrow they could be all the way at the top and I could still be right here. That drove me, that realization that this is for real. Everyone really does have the opportunity, but again, it's what you decide to do. And I love having that control. I'm a control freak. And to have that sense of control, oh my God, it was like fireworks for me. Oh, I can control that? And I was like, oh, I'm all over controlling that, So I love that. Okay, so moving into now, that's just things about this company in general. But I want to share some things with you guys about me specifically in this journey. Okay, so did you know we all started out at distributor level, right? So I did too. I started out in this business looking for an extra $300 a month for my family, and I really wanted to try some wraps. That is the sole reason why I joined. I thought that I would quit in 30 days. I specifically told my enroller that this was not my sort of thing, that I did not have the money, I did not have the extra time, that it would not consume my life because I just did not have the time for this. This was not my sort of thing, and I would quit in 30 days. I said all those things. I'll never forget that phone conversation till the day I die. It's going to go with me, okay? But within my first month, I started March 31st of 2014. In April, okay, I got a check in April. So now remember, we get paid on the 15th. So in 15 days, no, it would have been in when we got paid. How did I get that? I don't know. I have to go back and look at it. I did pull these numbers. But anyways, my first check was $96.95. And I want you guys to know that I thought that was a gajillion dollars. I seriously was stoked. I was like, holy crap. I just made some money for really doing nothing. And I was, oh my God, I was seriously so stoked. And I had actually already reached my goal. I surpassed it because yes, I made $96.95 on my commissions check, but I had made a little over $300 in wrap cash. Just starting out. And so bam, that $300 mark, it had already been check. So, okay, and I want to tell this to you guys too. That was for $654 in sales. And I went back and pulled who those customers were. I'll tell you this really quick. Some were people that I knew. Well, all of them were people that I knew, but it's people like random people that like, I just went back and looked at this and was like, oh my God, this is so interesting. And I love that I can see this. One was a girl that I used to work with. One was my mom. One was that person that I told y'all that is now my Sunday school teacher. One was a complete person I didn't really know. Oh, actually two. One was one of my best friends. One was a girl that I kind of knew. One was another person that I really didn't know that much. And the other one was somebody that I knew. And that was $654 in sales. Just from that. Now that's crazy. Like, that's nuts to me. So what I want to share with you about that is the next month it went up and I had 1,100 and some change in personal sales. Okay. And my gross volume was a little over 2,000. Again, I thought I hit the lotto. I mean, seriously, I was like, this is freaking phenomenal. And that second point is when Kelly, who was one of my very first distributors, she joined, okay? But she had just started. And then the other person, I'm pretty sure, was another girl that's on our team. I had to go back and check, but I'm pretty sure she was the second. But what's so interesting to me about that is my own personal sales were over $1,000. That's phenomenal, guys. Who's in charge of that? Me. And do you know what I was doing? I was sharing with everyone. And I was sharing on social media every single day. And if you go back and look, over 3.5 years in this business, I still share every single day. And I still sit here over 3 years in this business. If you're not doing just that, you're doing yourself a disservice. And that's not something difficult. If it's difficult to you, it's because you're overthinking it. Because if you go back and look at my posts from when I first started, dear God, they were terrible. I seriously was posting like these ads and was like, try a wrap, get a wrap. Like I was like, it was seriously terrible. You should go back and look. You would probably die laughing. All the things that I share to not do, I did all of them. So, I mean, maybe you should go do them. I don't know. But, I mean, I didn't know what I was doing, guys. I did not know what I was doing. Kelly was my first distributor. She sure as hell didn't know what she was doing either. We didn't know what we were doing together. We were having we had a team training at my house. It was me, Kelly, my sister-in-law, and this other chick. Okay? 4 of us. The 2 of them thought that we were nuts. And we were so excited. And I to this day, I still think about, Kelly said, gee, thanks. To this day, I still think about, I will never forget, I was standing in my garage when I was talking to Kelly and she wanted to get some products. And I remember being like, well, would you want to get some for free? I just like threw that out there. And she was like, oh, she had to think about it. I was like, oh God, she's going to say no. I remember she was like, I got to think about it. I think she might've said she hadn't talked to Willie or something. I can't remember, but I was like, oh my God, she's going to say no. But she said yes. And I was like, oh my God, this is like the best day of my life, you know? And I was so excited, you know, and that was 2 months into this business, guys, 2 months before I welcomed my first distributor. But within those 2 months, I was signing the crap out of customers because I was just sharing my excitement. So fast forward, I started in March, December of that year. I had grown from that investment 500 times, right? How much is that? What is our initial investment is what? $100. That's not right. Yeah. I had grown 10 times that, right? 10 times. No. Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. And this is being recorded. This is embarrassing. I should have thought about these numbers. I'm having a math brain fart. 50 times. 50 times my initial investment. That was just December's check. Do you see what I'm saying? So just from March to December, I had a substantial amount of growth. And I don't tell you that to like be like, oh, all this. I tell you that because I want for you to understand the reality of that. This really is in your control. This really is within your mindset. This really is within your thoughts. This really is with whatever energy you're putting out. Because Kelly and I from the start were excited and pure ignorance on fire. And I truly believe that that's what has guided us through this. Because to this day, I'm still don't know what I'm talking about all the time. I mean, I'm just being very real with you. And I hope I never get to a point where I know it all. Because if I know it all, I won't be growing at all. And I don't want to be like that. You know? Okay. So the last thing I want to share with you guys about just did you know and just the opportunity within this business is I did not know this until today whenever I was getting together some things that I wanted to share with you guys. But I went to 2015 because 2015 was an explosive year, not just for my business, not just for this team. It actually was for It Works in general. Okay. But in January, from January to February, so in 1 month, our volume grew $67,000 in sales. In 1 month. Let me tell y'all about that month. And really the month leading up to it. I wasn't eating. Literally, my husband at 11 o'clock at night would say, you haven't eaten. You need to eat. Kelly, I know you know what I'm talking about. I wasn't sleeping. I was going to bed at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, getting up at 6 o'clock and going to work. I want you guys to know that too, that I worked full time when I was doing this business. And when I started in 2014, my daughter was 6 months old. I had just gone back to work. My son was 6. He was going to multiple therapy appointments a week. I was running around with like a chicken with my head cut off. I was not functioning already. Okay. And bringing in this business, think about that. But there was no eating, no sleeping. Go ask my husband. I wasn't even really seeing my kids. I didn't cook dinner for like a solid year. I missed out on birthday parties. I missed out on get-togethers with my friends. I had to say no a lot to people. I sacrificed. Our family sacrificed. But what I want for you to understand about that is that was a burning desire within me. So maybe you don't feel that way. Maybe you're sitting here and you're listening like, girl, I got to eat. Girl, I got to sleep. Girl, I got to work. Girl, that's fine. That's totally fine. But if you're sitting here thinking, I don't want to sleep. I don't want to eat. I want to be like, I don't want to say that because it's being recorded. There's no other way to say that. But, to the walls. Okay. I mean, if y'all know what I'm talking about, maybe you don't know. No. But if you want to be like that, then go be like it. I mean, I'm going to tell y'all right now, when they brought this promotion, I have friends who've been in this business for a very long time. I mean, Kelly is an original with me. We've been doing this for over 3 years. I have several friends in this business who've been doing this for over 3 years, actually some 4. Okay. They were in their messages talking about, oh my God, I'm tired. I just want to go to sleep. And I was like, oh my God, I'm loving this. And I was like, I thrive off of this. I was like, I don't want to sleep. I don't want to eat. I want to be crazy because that's what I thrive off of, and maybe that's not you. Maybe it is. And if it is, you're the only thing that's going to be stopping you from that kind of energy. If you want to go run around and run to the top, it's just a matter of making the decision. I ran for a very long time, and then I took a break. I'm just being very real with y'all. I took like this big, deep breath and was like, oh my God, I just ran for like a year and a half. I'm so tired. I need a break. But what I know with that break is I'm not going to be on the up. It's just not going to happen. Because the reality is, go back to those did you knows that I shared before. If you don't work, your paycheck does not go up. So if you guys think that during that time that I took a deep breath that my paycheck went up, no, it did not. It went down. It went to down. Okay? But you know what? I'm okay with that because that's where I was at that point in my journey. So I am totally, I can relate to if you're not at that point, but if you are at that point, get on the gas, put the pedal to the metal, go like a crazy person. I'm not saying don't eat. I mean, I'm just telling y'all, when you're busy, that's what happens. You know what I mean? And then you'll have your husband or whoever telling you, girl, you got to eat. Boy, you got to eat. Whatever, you're going to have it. But if that's where you're at, then go do it. I don't want for anyone to settle within this business. I have been at a point where I was not settling, and I've been at a point where I was. And I am back at a point where I'm not. And you know what? My checks are growing. And it's because I'm back to pedal to the metal. I'm back to doing all those things I was doing before. I'm back to stop taking a break. So I've had to stop taking a breather. But that's where I want to be at. So I don't tell you all these things to say, you need to go stop eating and be pedal to the metal. No, what you need to do is do whatever it is that you feel led to do with this business and not allow anything to get in your way, whether it be a mindset, another person that you love and care about, whether it be, self-doubt, the no's, whatever it is, you got to let it go and you got to go for it. And so what I hope tonight that you guys take away from this is that with all these did you knows, the most important to me is that you determine your success. I determine my success. We all determine our own success. And we each hold our own future of where this is going to go, all within the choice of whether we do or we don't. So tonight, I'm going to just leave you with what's it going to be. And I want you guys to share that. It doesn't have to be publicly. It can be sending it to me in a private message. But what's it going to be? It also, it helps me guide you. I did that poll in our team page because I want to guide. I want to guide appropriately. So if you are on the cruise control, I don't need to be telling you to do A all the way to Z, you know? But if you are on the, pedal to the metal, then I need to help guide you through the A to the Z, and that's what I'm here for. I want to support. I want to encourage. I want to help guide. I want for everyone to be whatever level of success that they want to be within this. And yeah, I'm not going to be the one who can make or break that for you, but I can be someone to support you in it. So that's really all I have to share tonight. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I was going to go over some things that I do, but I really feel like this was the purpose of what was to be said. So I don't feel like to continue to talk. So if you guys have any questions, any feedback, feel free. We have a couple minutes if you want to unmute yourself. And if not, share with me. I really want you guys to share, even if it's not publicly. Send it to me in a private message. What's it going to be for you? So I'll see you guys later. Good night.